In today's video, we take a look at the strange 30-year-old startup airline that never flew a single revenue flight. Some know it as a crazy Russian dream that never got off the ground, others a giant scam. Today, we're talking about Baltia Airlines. Baltia Airlines was first dreamed up in August 1989 by Igor Dmitrovsky. The airline aimed to fly long-haul flights between New York and the Soviet Union. The company was headquartered at New York's JFK Airport, with its base of operation at Michigan's Willow Run Airport. In 1991, Baltia was granted the right to fly from New York to Leningrad and Riga by the U.S. Department of Transportation. The authority to fly this route would later be revoked by the U.S. Department of Transportation in the late 90s. Baltia had a total of two Boeing 747-200 aircraft, just not at the same time. The first of which, November 705BL, was first delivered to TAP Air Portugal as CS-TJD in 1975. It then flew with Pakistan International Airways as AP-AYW and then Evergreen International as November 559EV before being delivered to Baltia in July 2009. The aircraft was sent to storage in 2010 before finally being scrapped in 2012. The second Boeing 747-200, November 706BL, is the more publicly known of the two, being that it actually flew. Originally delivered to Northwest Orient in 1979, November 623US would continue to fly for Northwest Airlines and then Delta. It would then go to Kalitta Air, keeping its same registration, before finally being delivered to Baltia in March 2011. When it was acquired from Kalitta, it was fitted with leased Pratt & Whitney JT9D-3A turbofan engines off of a Boeing 747-100. The aircraft would spend most of its time at Willow Run, YIP, before it flew about an hour north to Ascota, OSC, to be stored at Kalitta Air MRO facility. The plane would later be scrapped in 2020. Contrary to popular belief, though neither aircraft had ever made a single revenue flight, November 706BL did make a handful of flights. On September 10, 2011, 706 was ferried from Victorville, California to Kalitta Air's MRO in Ascota, Michigan. On August 8, 2014, it was flown from Ascota to Baltia's headquarters at Willow Run, where the aircraft would be on display for the Thunder Over Michigan Air Show. During its third flight, within the next 4 months after its arrival, it would fly back to Ascota. On December 15, 2014, it would once again fly from Ascota to Willow Run. On November 20, 2015, during its fifth and final flight, the aircraft would depart from Willow Run back to Ascota for what the company had claimed to its investors was to have maintenance performed by Kalitta Air, only to never return again. In December 2016, taking the advice of the FAA to acquire a more modern aircraft, Baltia entered a letter of intent to lease a Boeing 767-300 from Kalitta Air. In May 2017, Baltia announced the airline would be rebranded as U.S. Global Airways and be moving its operations to New York Stewart International Airport, KSWF. In June 2017, U.S. Global entered an agreement to purchase Songbird Airlines for $6.5 million. This would allow the company to acquire Songbird's Air Operator Certificate and use it to operate commercial aircraft. Later that year in November, the airline would back out of its purchase agreement. On January 24, 2018, the FAA issued an order revoking certificate authority. The ORCA letter would revoke the certificate of public convenience and necessity that was issued to Baltia in 2009, which authorized the airline to engage in scheduled foreign flights. Now, not only in trouble with the FAA, in June 2018, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission terminates the public trade of Baltia stock. Baltia's stock trade had been suspended a month earlier when a warning letter was sent to the company by the SEC when it didn't respond to directives requesting reports that would publicly disclose accurate financial information about the company. The hits kept coming for the company that year. In August 2018, Baltia loses a lawsuit of over $22.5 million against Logistics Air for an alleged breach of the lease of the four Pratt & Whitney JT9D-7A turbofan engines that were on November 705BL. Many rumors about the airline exist, and many critics across the internet have labeled it as a fake airline and a huge scam. Although some rumors are speculation and can't really be proven, Some claim it has lured investors in as a giant stock scheme and that the airline never actually had any intent of flying, just taking people's money. Others claim that the airline was nothing more than a money laundering ring. One man publicly claims that during the multiple attempts of evacuation tests during the FAA certification, the company would point spotlights into the parking lot so that onlookers couldn't see what was actually happening with the aircraft during these tests. These are just a few examples that only scratch the surface as far as rumors about the company during the 3 decades of existence, so we're not even going to try and cover them all. I hope you enjoyed this look at the strange startup airline that was Baltia. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, if you have a topic you would like to see covered in a video, feel free to comment below. You can also check out more videos like this in both the AV News and the Aircraft Explained video series playlists. Thanks for watching.